Hi guys. So this is less of a process vlog and more just kind of where I'm at. I'm just, 1 week from the last video, so not much has changed. I did do all of my labs, as I think I had mentioned in that video, and now I'm just kind of waiting for the education class to happen, which does not happen until April 19th. I did officially get on the list for the education class, which again, I've heard in all of these kiaser videos, they're not very helpful with that process. They, sent me an email. Well, they tell you to send them an email when you're done with your labs, and so I did that. And by them, I mean the person who sends you the welcome to the bariatric program email, whose name isn't on the list that is in the paperwork at all. Also, they said they were going to send me a binder, but it could take like 2 weeks. I haven't gotten the binder yet. I actually don't know if I did. Okay, let me back up. So they say they're going to send you stuff and it will take 2 weeks. I swear I read that it was going to be a binder of the packet of information. And it wasn't. I got like a little envelope that had survey stuff in it, like questions about, how you sleep, and I assume however they figure out if they want you to do a sleep study and stuff like that. So questions like that, and like a welcome to the, bariatric program letter. I didn't get a binder though. I was really hoping for a binder, just because I'm kind of a type A person and I like to, thumb through things in paper and like in front of me and highlight things. And I can print the PDF that came in the email and do that, create my own binder. I just thought they were sending me one, and so I thought maybe it would have, I don't know, whatever. So, and then I think actually in the letter I got, in that small letter package I was just telling you about, I think it said you get the binder at one of the doctor's appointments. It's very unorganized. So maybe I'll still hold off on printing it because I don't want to print it if they're going to give it to me. So I am still reading it. I feel like I actually finished reading it. It was really, I got into the details of it's really helpful actually to figure out what's going on. It has been the most helpful. The details of the diet that they want you to do before and what the diet's going to look like after, and, or rather the changes will look like after, and how long it will take, before you're back on solid food and stuff. And all of that was very interesting. Obviously I'm more anxious for the before diet than I am the after. I think afterward I'm going to have some help from my stomach not caring that I'm not eating what I think I should be eating. I think it's going to be a mental problem at that point, but the before diet is more difficult, and I've heard people talk a little bit about that too. And I don't really want to talk about it after just reading it. I don't feel like I'm really knowledgeable about what is going to happen. Sorry about my wheel being in the video here. So I'll save that kind of reflection until I really get there. But I'm just getting myself ready as well as I can, because there's just a lot of waiting that happens here, and there's a lot of not organization from kiaser. And so I had messaged them, told them about my labs. They said, that's great. Somebody will be calling you to set you up for the educational class, as it fills up, so on and so forth. And I'm like waiting, and like I didn't want to wait that long. And so I messaged them a couple hours later, and I was like, look, I don't know who should be calling me. Can you give me their number? I'd rather be able to call them. And then that same person who just got done telling me somebody was going to call me said, oh, I can set you up for the class. Are you okay with April 19th, or do you want May, whatever it was? And I was like, no, I definitely want April 19th. I want to get in as soon as I can. So that was really bizarre to me. I don't know what happened with that exchange, but I'm really glad that I was proactive about it. And I've heard a lot of videos from kiaser, or about people going through this process with kiaser, and that's really just the reoccurring thought, like, just be proactive. Call them, because it's your weight loss surgery, and whatever processes they're going through, whatever. It's not about like them intentionally being screwed up, because I don't think that's it at all. I'm sure they're very nice people. So it's just, we have to be proactive about this process though. So I'm just in the waiting game, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about what that feels like for me. Like I'm sure I mentioned before, I've wanted to do this and get it over with for years. And so this waiting game is kind of hard for me. I'm also just a person who likes action. If something isn't right in my life, if it's not okay, I just want to know what actions I can take to make it better. And so the waiting game is especially difficult because I have no action. My action is to be patient, and my action is not to start losing weight yet because I haven't been weighed in. I'm not officially in any. Well, I'm officially in the program, but they don't know what my weight is. And so if I start losing it before they tell me to start losing it, I'm afraid that they'll tell me to lose more. And I don't know what capability I have to lose more if I start losing weight, So I'm kind of in just a weird limbo place where I'm like ready to take these actions and start changing my life and start doing the stuff that needs to be done for this surgery and the way that I'm going to live afterwards, but I can't yet, so I'm still eating like I normally eat and feeling like crap and wanting to make these changes, but telling myself not to do it yet because I don't want to do it too soon. And it's just bizarre. And I don't know, like I've seen some videos of like the time before, like further along in the process than I am, already been weighed, trying to lose weight, but then like the process before surgery taking so long that they like slip off of that regimen. And I don't know, a lot of the videos I've seen, people feel horrible and they're kind of depressed, or they're scared they're not going to make their weight, or I don't know, I feel like I'm kind of in a precursor to that, only without trying to lose weight, because like I said, I'm not yet. I can tell you I am kind of grieving everything, and also like kind of coming to terms with things as well as I go. Like I went to lunch with my longtime friend yesterday, and we pretty much go to lunch like every year. And so this was our yearly lunch, and we went to the Cheesecake Factory, and I was able to like talk to him about this process and what that looks like for me. And we're both very good. Hopefully you don't hear the squealing of my car. It's really bad right now. Okay, I get it. You're upset about something. The guy behind me was like, what are you doing? So anyways, I was able to talk to him about this process, and while I was talking to him, I was just realizing like how much I'm ready to do this. I at one point talked about like I feel like I have had enough sugary things and enough carbs and enough fried food for at least 3 normal lifetimes. I'm actually just really ready to be done with it and done with the mental obsession that comes with it. And I know how hard that is. And we talked about it, like in terms of like, oh, I know how to lose the weight. And he's not overweight at all. Maybe some people would say he's overweight, but I don't think so. Like he looks fantastic, and he's got a different, struggle going on for himself. But it's not just about weight either. It's about being healthy. It's about being here for my kiddo and watching my kiddo grow up. And it's about actually like being able to have a specific quality of life with my kiddo while I'm here. So instead of just being able to watch him from afar, sitting on the bench, sitting on the couch, sitting on the chair, wherever it is, make sure that I'm sitting, because I can't get down on the floor and I can't play with him, and I can't, blast out at the park with him, and I can't engage with him in ways that he wants me to, that any kid would want you to, that I want to engage with him. And I want to be able to do those things. I also want to be able to be healthy because I want him to be healthy. I want to be able to model that behavior, and I don't right now. I don't have the ability to model to model that. So, you know, it was a really good moment for me yesterday to like reflect and realize as I was talking that I am done. I'm done with the last, you know, 30 years of my life, where 35, I guess I'm 36 in less than a month. But like, I'm done. You know, I've had almost 36 years where my relationship to food has been so unhealthy that I have created a way of life for myself that is not the way of life that I want and that I see others having. And I once worked with somebody who had a really good way of like saying this thing. Like we were talking about diet mentality and how we can take a diet and then lose some weight, feel better about ourselves, go back to eating the same way, and you know, just the back and forth and the kind of strife that causes. And she was talking about like ready to say goodbye to that life. Like she's ready to say goodbye to the up and down. She's ready to say goodbye to being an overweight person. She's ready to say goodbye to whatever that relationship was for her with food, and to start a new life, to close the book and start a new chapter. And I just remember like that being a powerful thought, because I had never been there, and I'm so there right now. I'm so there right now. So that's where I'm at today. I'm just kind of trudging along, you know, feeling kind of sad about having to wait for another month and a half. Well, I guess I have. It's the 11th right now, so a month and 8 days until that class. And then that class is just one more extra step, because then I guess after that they will schedule me. They will schedule me for a psychiatrist appointment and the dietitian and nutritionist, I guess. I'll know more when I get to the class. I also don't know if the class will weigh me or if one of those other appointments will, and tell me to start losing weight. So I don't know what that looks like, and I will definitely let you guys know. I don't know if I'll make any more videos between now and the class, unless I have any more kind of new realizations that I wanted to share with you. I know this is kind of a long video with not much more to update, but